Welcome, guys, to the third episode of Two in a Billion. We are entering a third phase, and we are not going to waste time and just go and move into our next team. And it's going to be the famous team still trying to win a trophy from the last 20 years. It's none other than the Delhi Capitals now. Let's begin. What's your prediction, Sashank, on this? What do you think?
They are a very good side, and I think they are very strong contenders to finish top four. For me, they are very similar to Lucknow. Although I feel a lot of people must have put them in their top four, but for me, honestly, I have not put them in my top four. Again, I feel they will finish in that fifth to seventh range. The main reason I am not putting them in my top four is I'm not very confident about their top order at this point. I feel even if they get the combination right, they have a very good, apart from the top order, I think it's a very sorted team if I look at it. Their middle order with Aksar, Stubbs, even Rizvi is doing great. There's Miller there. So it's a very sorted middle order. Their spin attack is very good too. Indian international spinners in Akshar and Kuldeep, even Vipraj Nigam is very good. Their pace attack is looking very good. Mukesh Kumar is doing a good job. Natarajan is doing a good job. With Stark coming back, I think they are a very good side. But the reason I haven't put them in my top four is because I feel in this IPL, it is just non-negotiable that your top order fires. I'm not quite sure. I think KL Rahul will eventually find form, but I'm not. I'm still not sure.
See, for me, like you said, 6 overs 80 seems to be only possible if Patun Nisanka starts going burst in the first six for them. Again, KL getting two knots in the two games, still a long game to go 10, like 12 more matches left. Uh, for me, more concerning is their one down, which is Nitish Rana. They're heavily dependent on him. And if you see over the years, his performance has not been great in the IPL. If you start from even when he was with KKR, he led the team. His performance has not been that great in the absence of Shreyas Iyer. I guess that is where they'll have to do that one mini change is get in a Karun Nair, uh, try him out because I think he's done well in the past for them, at least in the few matches wherever he's played. The middle order seems good. Samir Rizvi has clicked for them with an impact player. Uh, Obviously, because of his 250s, they've won the matches. Again, the middle order is very nice, very sleek in terms of Tristan Tubbs can play the anchoring role for them. Even David Miller, even David Miller can do that for him, like, for the team, and they can pace their innings continuously. Where even if they're scoring like a 15 runs in 10 balls, in the next 10 balls they will be somewhere around 40 or 45. So that's the capacity what they have. And I agree with you. I don't see them in the top four, because last year also they had the same beginning, initially winning all the four matches, and then suddenly losing track with a good team. That is where I feel once Stark comes in, uh, still I feel the bowling lineup is very good, especially with the Indian bowlers doing well. And Mukesh Kumar upfront bowling those 2-3 overs with good line and length, good yorkers. And if you're giving like 9 runs or 10 runs in the first 2 overs in the power play, it's a win-win situation for any team.
Even their bench strength, Akib Nabi hasn't played a game yet, and
Correct.
yeah, we all know what he has done in this Ranji season. So they've got good bench strength as well. So pretty sorted in that department.
Correct. And even if they want to change their combination, if they want to look ahead in terms of like 6 overs, at least go 10 runs per over, 11 runs per over, they could actually move away with Nitish Rana and get KL Rahul in one down, because it gives him that time, because now currently he's not been opening in the Indian side also. If you see, he's more of a middle order player for the Indian team, and that could also help him in a way to get there, come strike it as per, take his own time, nudge around with a single, double, whatever he wants to do, and they can try a Prithvi Shaw in the top four. With Prithvi and Patun Nisanga coming and going like all out in the 6 overs, and that is what they need. If he, even if he's playing like a 15 ball and he scores a good 30, 40 for them, it's a win-win situation for them. And that's how they will enter in the phase. Like, come on, you were there at like 6 overs, 60, 65, and the next 10, even if you're at 90, 92, you'd still make it to like more than 190 plus score for them. That is what I feel.
I have one opinion what they could potentially do. So I rate Stubbs very highly as a cricketer. I think he's one of the very few people in world cricket who can firstly turn a game from any situation. Plus, he has multiple facets to his game. So I feel इन लोग उसको भी टीम पे खिला सकते हैं. What they can do is with Rizvi performing so well, if there's Rizvi, there's Aksar, then there's Miller as well. I think that's still a very good middle order if you see. So that it gives them the flexibility to push Stubbs to three, and then in Stubbs' position for the two finishers, they can even get in Ashutosh.
Yes,
So I
yes.
think that's something that they can potentially look at.
But when you're talking about Nisanka, I've seen his games, especially playing against Pakistan or any good teams. He's done well and he's opened up quite well and giving them, when he's playing for the national team, obviously his strike rate has been, he's known for his strike rates, striking well, striking fast. He gives that good start for the team and he's stayed there. Again, when he played against India, uh,
Hmm.
he was playing brilliant. He scored a century, though it was on a losing course for their side. I feel again first season he's playing for an in the Indian in Premier League. It takes a lot of time
Hmm.
to perform. Not all players have the charisma of getting in the first season
Yes.
itself. And I think they will look to stay with him for a longer period of time in terms of the what we say selection or retaining of him.
I think with their Indian bowlers doing well, they also have the luxury of playing an overseas batter for longer. Yeah. We and plus I feel एक बार Stark वापस आ गया. I don't know how many games he's going to play, but एक बार Stark वापस आ गया तो इनका bowling is one of the best in the tournament. I'll put them up right there with LSG.
LSG, yes,
I feel both the teams, if you look at it from that perspective, बहुत सिमिलरली स्ट्रक्चर्ड है इन द सेंस कि बॉलिंग दोनों का बहुत सॉर्टेड है. डीसी का आई फील द स्पिन अटैक इज बेटर देन एलएसजी. एलएसजी का आई फील द पेस अटैक इज बेटर देन डीसी. एंड बैटिंग का वो है कि टॉप थ्री आई आई स्टिल फील एलएसजी इज बेटर देयर व्हेन इट कम्स टू टॉप थ्री. Marsh, Markram, there's more experience there. Yeah, और बट मिडल ऑर्डर अगर देखा जाए तो इनका बेटर है. तो इफ यू लुक एट इट फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव, आई थिंक दीज टीम्स कुड बी दैट कि कौन ऊपर आता है. इट विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी हाउ दे परफॉर्म.
correct.
ये
If you
इसी बस.
see, yeah, if you see the pace attack for LSG is more of an Indian bowling setup.
हम्म.
In 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 terms of DC, it's gonna be a mix of like with Nigidi and Stark coming in as two pace attacks, and then you've got uh, Mukesh Kumar, Natarajan coming in, and again they've got the three bowling option, which is Akshar Patel, Kuldeep, and Vipraj Nigam again can pitch in with the spin. So I think the combination is there for them.
हम्म.
They'll have to figure out their top three. I think either KL has to come down to one down,
हम्म.
or like you said, Tristan Subs coming at one, and then KL going at the other number, and Rizvi coming in with the impact sub. That they'll have to figure out. Currently, Rizvi is that link for them who's making them win matches. And if you see his innings, it was a great innings. Yeah, matlab,
Amazing, amazing. I think
he paced his innings. He paced his innings quite well, and within 1 over of Corbin Bosch, 20 runs, and suddenly the strike rate was like up there at 170s.
and even I don't know if you saw the match, how he played the spinners. I think after Rajat Patidar, I haven't seen someone dominate the spinners in this way. I
Correct.
feel for me, Ayyar, Patidar, and he's not in that league. I think it's too speak too soon on that front. But I still feel he's like very good when it comes to playing spinners. रख लेना
Correct.
चाहिए था 2 साल पहले.
Yeah, but he seems very confident this season. You
हाँ.
see, overall, he
Coming
seems
off.
as he's come out of that, cocoon, I would say. he seems to be a very sorted player with the mind कि क्या करना है कितना मारना है and calculative is what I felt in the last two matches because it was a calculative innings. He
Hmm.
knew when to hit the ball. Never felt like he was uneasy on the pitch.
RR were also negotiating with DC. तो
For
Samson, but Sangakkara wanted Stubbs and Rizvi. So DC were ready to give Stubbs, but Sangakkara was still holding out for Rizvi.
so adding on to this, we spoke about Pant's leadership in our last episode. What do you make of Aksar? Do you think he has that much of a capabilities and talent to take the team to the top four, considering the last year's performance and the current performance?
I think uh, I think he firstly he is a very smart cricketer. हम लोग ने ये मतलब I think Indian circuit में देख लिया है कि what he brings to the table and इंडिया का भी वो वाइस कैप्टन है तो obviously there is वो वाला side to him. अभी तक when it comes to DC मुझे पता नहीं है क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर दे शुड हैव मेड द प्लेऑफ्स बट दे डिड नॉट एंड ऐसे उसमें काफी ऐसा ब्लंडर वाले डिसीजंस भी थे अक्सर के तो आई डोंट हैव एनीथिंग नेगेटिव एज सच उसके लिए बोलने के लिए एज अ क्रिकेटर बट एज अ लीडर आई फील ही नीड्स टू हैव दैट इम्पैक्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल श्रेयस अय्यर अगर तू देखेगा इट्स अ वेरी क्लियर कट आंसर दैट उसने 3 फ्रेंचाइजीज को ट्रांसफॉर्म किया सो अक्सर आई थिंक दिस सीजन जस्ट लाइक पंत नॉट मे बी एज इम्पोर्टेंट एज पंत या उतना प्रेशर रहेगा बट फिर भी वो एक रहेगा कि ये साल प्लेऑफ्स में लेके जाना है वैसे क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर दे शुड हैव मेड इट उन लोग ने चोक ही किया है डीसी ने और मुझे लगता है हेमंग बदानी भी जितना बड़बड़ किया है इस बार फ्लेमिंग को भी बहुत सुनाया है उसने तो हेमंग बदानी पे भी प्रेशर रहेगा कि लेके जाए करके प्लेऑफ्स में व्हाट आई सी हैपनिंग डिफरेंटली इज तूने इस बार मुंबई दिल्ली देखा होगा अगर मैच तूने पिच नोटिस किया उन लोग अभी फ्लैट पिचेस नहीं बना रहे
Hmm.
आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं उन लोग को खुद भी समझ गया है कि उन लोग का स्ट्रेंथ जो है स्पिन है कुलदीप अक्सर विपराज तीनों 12 ओवर्स ऑफ स्पिन आई कांट रिमेम्बर एनी अदर टीम दैट हैज वो क्वालिटी ऑफ स्पिन सो आई थिंक होम कंडीशंस का एडवांटेज लेने के लिए आई डोंट सी कोटला बीइंग लाइक अ 210 220 प्लस विकेट दिस टाइम
It's going to be like that 160, 170 max or
हाँ
180 if
180
clean outplays.
मुझे भी
Yes.
वही लगता है कि 160 से लेके 180 190 का विकेट बनाएंगे इन लोग और वही उनका स्ट्रेंथ रहेगा इस बार आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट गोइंग उनका स्पिन अटैक इज गोइंग टू डिफाइन देयर सीजन फॉर देम इज व्हाट आई फील
Correct. Correct. I feel Akshar has done well in terms of the captaincy. He's led well again. A captain is as good as his team. जैसे हम बोलते हैं. The choking point again comes कि player situation awareness कितना रखता है. I guess last year that is something which they missed out. Even after having KL Rahul in the middle order phase, he played well. He was consistent with his runs. Again, this season will be very important for them. Like we were discussing how the team will be performing. I guess they got their bases covered in terms of the middle order. And that is where they've been winning the first two matches. They won the first two matches because Rizvi and the other players have been contributing quite well. So hopefully they do well and they end up in top four, not like choking up in the last season. And yeah, देखते हैं
I
कैसे कर
forgot to
सकते हैं.
ask you where do you think they will finish
Again, my prediction is around top six, 4, 5, 6 for them.
ठीक है आई थिंक फेयर है आई थिंक फेयर है
Fair. They should end up getting at least 14 points, I feel.
हम्म
If not more than 16, but 14 points तो मिलना उनको होना चाहिए with this team and the bowling line of what they have.
No, they beat Mumbai Indians pretty convincingly, and it did not seem like a fluke. अभी obviously आगे जाके पता चलेगा, which is a good thing, which is an extremely good thing for them. I feel confidence भी काफी add करेगा. Beating MI, which look arguably is the strongest team on paper. So beating them convincingly at home will add confidence. So I think I also have a very similar opinion. They can. I won't be surprised if they finish top four. Uh, but yeah, for me also they are in that 5 to 7.
Great. I guess we've covered all the points for DC, and we will see you all soon for the next episode. I hope you like whatever we are talking here. We're just putting out our minds here, not being an expert, but a ardent fan of the cricket. Thank you guys. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.